Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're doing something a little different. We are going to strip away centuries of theology, religious doctrine, and modern assumptions. Instead, we're diving into the purely historical reality of a first-century Galilean man living under the iron rule of the Roman Empire. So this isn't about faith, actually. This is about facts, ancient records, and the completely fascinating reality of the ancient Mediterranean world. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by unpacking the geopolitical powder keg of his world, then look at the undeniable historical evidence of his life. From there, we'll examine his localized ministry, his brutal collision with Roman authority, and finally wrap up with his genuinely baffling legacy as history's most influential figure. All right, Section 1, The World of Roman Judea, a geopolitical powder keg. To really get the man, we first have to understand his incredibly dangerous world. We're talking about a tiny territory firmly under the thumb of the mighty Roman Empire. When you track the timeline here, you can literally see the pressure building. Jesus was born right around the death of Herod the Great, who was basically a client king for Rome. But by the year 6 AD, Judea was transformed into a direct Roman imperial province. This meant a Roman prefect, eventually Pontius Pilate in 26 AD, was stationed there to govern. So Judea was an absolute powder keg. You had Roman governors demanding heavy tribute, while the traditional Jewish elites, the priestly aristocracy in Jerusalem, maintained this very fragile, very closely watched balance of power. Seriously, one wrong turn, one riot, and the Roman military machine would crush them. And think about the codes of ancient masculinity at the time. In the Greco-Roman world and in Judea, manliness meant having total power over your household. It meant wealth. It meant glory won on the battlefield with a sword. Or, at the very least, achieving a noble death for your country. If you were poor, a peasant, or preached peace, you were completely marginalized. Keep these standards of power in the back of your mind, because they are crucial to understanding exactly why Jesus was so incredibly destructive. Moving right along to Section 2, the historical evidence and the footprints left in antiquity. What's so interesting here is that we actually don't need the Christian Bible to prove Jesus existed. We have undeniable footprints left right in the middle of non-Christian antiquity. Take the Roman historian Tacitus, for example. He wrote this account around 116 AD while detailing Emperor Nero blaming Christians for the burning of Rome. Now, Tacitus was highly unsympathetic to Christians. He literally called their beliefs a mischievous superstition. But ironically, that bias is exactly why he's such a credible historical witness. He inadvertently confirms Jesus' historical existence, his timeline during the reign of Tiberius, and his execution by the specific Roman method of crucifixion under Pontius Pilate. Furthermore, you've got the Jewish historian Josephus corroborating this exact same narrative. In a famous passage known as the Testimonium Flavianum, written around 93 AD, he notes Jesus was a wise man, a teacher, and that Pilate condemned him to the cross. Even when historians strictly strip away later Christian additions to Josephus's text, the core historical facts remain totally intact. We just have a compounding weight of historical proof from both Roman and Jewish sources that a man named Jesus gathered followers and was killed by Rome. So when you line up the secular historical consensus directly against the biblical record, the overlap is striking. Virtually all modern scholars of antiquity, and we're talking atheist, agnostic, or religious scholars, agree on two indisputable historical facts. Jesus was baptized by John, and he was crucified on the orders of Pontius Pilate. Any theories that he just never existed are considered